let's just quickly touch on mid-season. It's past the mid-season. There's 9 games to go till the end of the season before the finals start. Who do you think has surprised you in the top 8?
I want to talk about Parramatta.
They're not in the top 8, cuz.
Oh, you said top 8?
Hey?
What did you say?
I said top 8. Let's just talk top 8.
Top 8.
We'll talk bottom 2.
We talked about this last
We'll
time.
talk bottom 3 because you both feature in the bottom 3 in a minute. But let's just start with the top 8. Who surprises you in the top 8 at the moment? And who should be there? The
Sharks.
Sharks.
Are
the Sharks are the big surprise of the season.
Massive surprise.
The year of the Shark.
I really hope if Parra don't win the grand final this year.
Are you serious?
What?
The Rabbits don't surprise you that they're in the 8? They shouldn't be there.
They're always in the 8.
They're never in the 8.
What are you
No,
talking
they're
about?
not always in the 8.
They're not always in the 8.
That's always on the brink, and they're on the brink.
But which is why it shouldn't surprise you because they've actually got the team, they've got the coach, and they always were just about to be there. So it's not.
Maybe I should change my. I'm mortified South are in the 8.
It's not a complete surprise that they're in the 8. Who else is in there?
Sharks big surprise.
Sharks are the big surprise. Melbourne Storm have had 1 bye. They're on 26 points. Give them the other bye, that's 28. The Melbourne Storm are guaranteed. They don't have to win another game this year, and they've made the 8.
We said that last
The
week.
Bulldogs and the Broncos have still
unbelievable.
got a bye to
They're
come. They're
cracking
looking
pace.
very strong.
Bulldogs are looking strong.
Bulldogs
Broncos
and the
are alright.
Broncos
Sharks.
are still a bye to
I
come.
really
Very
hope
strong.
Sharks make it. I really hope they make it top 4 at least. That way they get 2 cracks because they might come out nervous in the first week. They might lose, and bang,
The
they'll
Sharks
win 3 in a
and
row
the
to win the grand final. Go the Sharks.
Sharks and the
I
Rabbitohs,
honestly
the only
believe.
2 in the top 8 that have had both of their byes, so that's a bit disconcerting.
I think your top 4 will be Storm, Manly, Rabbits,
We went through this last time, didn't we?
Cowboys.
No.
Did we do this
We didn't film last time.
Oh, that's right. What happened there? That's a disgrace. No, I reckon Storm, Broncos, Manly, and I said Tigers last time, didn't I?
I think
I'll stick with
Storm,
the Tigers.
Bulldogs, the Sea Eagles, and I'll go the Broncos.
I'm still trying to wrap my
Top
head
4.
around why you get points for a bye if everybody gets 2.
I don't know.
can't
Well,
work it.
it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
You know why?
Commission's
Because
got a lot to answer for.
Because right now Parramatta should be only on 6 points. That reflects the season they've had.
I think
really.
that's the one.
3
That,
games.
I think that's what
That's
gets
right.
you the most is that
That's
the
right.
fact that they're on 10 points,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't be.
Why have they inflated you guys? Why have they puffed your chest?
It's not only us.
That's
It's
what
everyone else
everyone-
looked up to.
absolutely.
So why are you choosing Parramatta? Where are you, Roosters?
Yeah,
You should be on 12 points.
that's right.
Yeah.
I understand.
So why are you on 14?
I just said that.
Yeah. So
I
why
just
are
said,
you
why are you
picking
getting-
on Parramatta for?
Because-
12 is a lot
Why are you
worse than
picking on
14.
Parramatta for?
Because 6 is a lot worse than 12.
I think because Bass,
I reckon we'll make the 8.
Bass wants to see you humiliated this year.
I want
We'll make
Parramatta.
that.
An absolute
Parramatta
humiliation.
All right, listen. All right, hang on.
And also, if we take
4
away
or
the
5
bye-
games away
But
from the
Steve
8.
Kearney's a nice bloke.
and
Yes,
also,
guys.
if we take away the
Good
2
bloke.
points for the bye, then the
Yes,
Eels
bro.
stand alone on the bottom of the table instead of 2 of you, Penrith being on 10 points as well. Who should be in the top 8 that's not in the top 8 at the moment?
Eels, Warriors,
Dragons, the obvious one that we're looking at there.
Dragons, mate, Knights. Look at Knights, are my favourites.
Unbelievable.
Good old Wayne
season.
Bennett.
God, the Knights have just been very...
Remember, let me take you back to episode 1 of Lebs On League. Didn't we absolutely lay into the Knights coach? And look at the season he's had. Honestly.
It's all become to fruition, mate. It's all coming. Whatever we're saying, it's just happening.
You know?
This is a show to be on.
It's the business end of the season anyway, and so we've got it all yet to come, and we're very, very excited about Souths being in the top 8 and potentially in the top 4 by the end of the season, which is what these guys are dying to say, but won't say it.
I reckon everyone should have a chance to be in the 8 except Raiders and Roosters.
Yeah.
Deserves to have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, except the Raiders. That's correct. The Raiders and the Roosters.
Roosters are in shambles, mate. Alright, we're coming last, but they are in shambles. Smith doesn't know where he's going. Carney doesn't know where to put the next, what's his name? Mitchell Pearce.
Well, the thing is, the Roosters...
Mitchell Pearce, how bad? Is he punching above his weight or what?
What's he doing? I still don't think he really deserves to be in State of Origin team, personally.
Yeah, but is he punching over his weight?
Adam Reynolds, huh? Yeah, always.
Well,
You
that...
don't think he should be the New South Wales halfback?
No, I don't.
Who do you think should be?
Adam
Dean
Reynolds.
Carney.
No,
And
seriously.
Reynolds.
I would put Carney in at halfback,
Yeah.
and then I'd put Mullen in at 5'8".
Jared Mullen.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And what do you know about Jared Mullen?
What's this rated? What's this show rated?
Why does this upset you? Is it
Because
he
Jared
plays-
Mullen plays halfback for Newcastle. Why would you put him at 5'8"? I'm curious.
Oh, that's his opinion.
That's just the South Sydney
That's his opinion.
hatred towards the Roosters, yeah?
It's got nothing. No, I actually support the Roosters because they've got that.
You support the Roosters as
Your
well.
son supports
What's
the Roosters.
going
Don't
on
do anything
today?
about that.
I support the Roosters because they're in the Steggles charity.
Steggles.
And-
All right, let's
and-
talk about the Steggles charity.
The Steggles nest egg.
How do
and
they make
they're
money
part-
with this Steggles charity? What happens?
Who, the Roosters?
donations,
The Roosters need
For
to
every
actually
point the Roosters win by,
yeah.
we get $1,250 in the nest egg.
A point.
For every point.
Wow. So how many points do you give? How much money do you give back when you lose by 50 points?
Mate, you should give it all back, I reckon.
see. There's a lot of hostility.
How much
here,
money
like-
do the Roosters
Hey,
pay back? Was
but-
it 52 to 12? Well, that's 40 grand.
Yeah.
They should give back.
How does it feel when you guys get beaten 40-0? At least we're scoring points. We're beating 50 to 14.
I think we're off topic here. We're really off topic. Anyway, the Immortals.
You're attacking the Eels.
What
for no
does
reason.
the Immortals mean to you, Bass?
The Immortals?
The Immortals.
Alright. Immortals.
To be an immortal, what does that mean?
You have to be the best at what you do on the field. End of story. Simple as that.
So, in that respect, are you suggesting that Johns deserves to potentially be the next immortal?
No way the next immortal. It's way too early. There's a heap of better players before him that's come and gone and played
That have been waiting in line.
So you
that have been waiting in line.
Yeah.
But it's all about what you
did
to
on the field.
game on the field.
Actually,
So you think
brilliant,
that
brilliant.
down the track,
that's
you
good.
deserve to
So
be
the
an
fact that
immortal.
he admitted that he took performance-enhancing drugs to play,
Well, they weren't performance enhancing.
Performance
They weren't,
enhancing?
no.
Yes, they were.
If anything,
So
they're a
you-
detriment.
No, you're not reading it.
And ain't performance enhancing.
Well, that's what he said. He actually, that's exactly what he said.
And you believe what he said.
He said, I needed to be in a state of mind, and the drugs that I took put me in a calm state of mind to play. Now, you guys think performance enhancing is physical, but what about performance enhancing mental?
I disagree.
I think that he was just basically saying whatever he can to justify why he was
Exactly.
dropping pills,
You were overseas that
which is purely
That we read.
recreational.
I was away.
It's purely for
Couldn't believe it.
recreational
I was
purposes.
away.
Someone tore my
And
heart
I
out.
don't believe for a second that it actually enhances your
Nah.
performance in any way, shape, or form.
Recreational, man.
So, you know.
And it's got nothing to do with it. And he was one of the.
If
not
you're
the best.
depressed-
but I do agree
If you're
that on
depressed
the field,
and you take antidepressants, that doesn't help you?
yeah, but it doesn't help you physically in a game.
Well, we're not
was
talking
doing
physically.
I'm talking physically.
He's smashed.
I can't understand how...
It's not. If he
I can't
kicks up
understand.
40,
So
20,
if he was
this
taking
guy's
if he
flying.
was taking antidepressants instead of just street drugs in order to do that, then that's okay with you.
You're missing the point completely.
Explain
No,
the
we
why-
both disagree with you. That's the point.
No, you're overlooking the fact. You're
Consideration.
overlooking the fact that he cheated the system somehow. Somebody tipped him off, or he's laughing at the drug testing systems that we've got in place. Ha ha ha! I got away with it my whole career.
There's rumours and
And
innuendo, and
really?
we all heard
Really?
it. We've all heard them.
Rumors and innuendo.
And it's
He
just
came out and
because.
admitted blatantly.
You
Alright,
know.
okay. It's only because he's the best player one of the best players we've seen in the last 20 years. Everyone forgets about the other players that are taking drugs and still playing that haven't made a big impact.
You're talking about innuendo. I'm
as
telling you.
big as Joey
No,
Johns.
no, no. Granted, there's a lot of people
What,
that
just
haven't-
because he's one of the best
people,
we're
haven't,
gonna- oh,
people
he's-
haven't been caught, and the reason why Joey originally spoke about it is because he knew there was actually going to be leaked to the newspapers, and he had to get there. It was a preemptive strike.
Everyone's on
But there's
it.
tons of people out there that are still doing it. We know it's the same thing with the salary cap. Everyone's doing it. Blah blah.
So you're going
blah.
to attack him because he's one of the best players we've seen in the last 20 years?
Who?
Joey Johns?
No, but I do believe that now that it's out in the open, it needs to be taken into consideration before he becomes
Alright,
an immortal.
another thing for the NRL Commission.
What are they doing?
No? Nothing.
Nothing.
The AFL,
That's what you're doing.
You're doing nothing.
The
Bring
commission
back
does
Gallup.
nothing.
Bring
We've got
back Gallup.
nothing.
Bring back Gallup. You guys are a disgrace to the game.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Why was Craig Field and one of the McGuinness brothers run out of the game for something that Andrew Johns admitted for doing his whole career, but because he was a good player,
Exactly.
we're going to sweep it under the carpet? Are
Exactly.
you serious?
Well, that's
So-
not belief.
No, I don't.
I don't
listen.
agree.
So say that.
I don't agree.
So why have you made an exemption for Andrew Johns? Because he was the best player in the game. The others were run out of town
Yeah.
for exactly what he did.
But, do they
Yeah.
make exceptions for the best players in the game?
Absolutely.
I remember years ago watching Wally Lewis down in New Zealand playing a test, and he came off. He finished his game.
They're not immortals, man.
Hang on, and he went off and he had a fag on the side of the field while he's still watching the game, and I thought,
Who?
Wally Lewis.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, why is that acceptable? Why do they allow someone like him to do that? Anybody else up in arms going, that's terrible, he can't do it, he should be, thrown out of the game. What sort of message is that for the kiddies?
It's
Wally
an
Lewis
old,
does it,
it's
we
the
love
old
it.
adage.
It's the rugby
There are
league.
some that have a law, and there's others that are the lowy, the peasantry of the game that have a different set of rules. Now,
Alright, so if you're going to rub him out of a potential immortal, we're going to run out of immortals real quick. because everyone's on it.
No, I think we still got immortals that we can choose from.
That have been and gone. All right.
That probably, didn't have.
But a bigger embarrassment, they're even still thinking of putting Norm Proven as an immortal for his 4th attempt, that they missed out on him 3 times before. Why bring him up again? If he didn't get chosen the 3 times that he's been...
because let's say he's probably 4th in line. Why isn't he just
Put him in, mate. What are they waiting for?
Isn't he on our trophy? The NRL trophy?
You know what?
That's another thing. Why is our trophy the only trophy that's got 2 people on it? Everyone else has a toilet seat, a disc, a bloody skyrocket.
Norm Proven is on the trophy that we give to any team at the end of the season, and he can't make it.
Do we have a Hall of Fame? Because if you have a Hall of Fame, you can do all this immortals crap and you just let people into the Hall of Fame. That way, you miss out 1 year.
It's different, mate. It's one step, An immortal of rugby league should be something big, should be celebrated. Well, if
you're talking about players in the last 20 years, I reckon Darren Lockyer picks up Andrew Johns and sticks him in his back pocket as a player.
Easy.
Yeah. Darren Lockyer was the best fullback in the world, won a golden boot. Then he became the best 5'8" in the world and got a golden boot. Andrew Johns was at the peak of his powers for 3 or 4 years. Darren Lockyer, from day 1 to the 14th season he played, he was a supreme player.
And I'm not saying pick him as an immortal. Maybe in 20 years' time, yeah.
I agree.
Not now.
I agree too with that, because
no way
you've got to let old dogs lie. You've got to let the public...
Sterling's in front of him.
There you go.
Kenny.
Good point. Very good point.
That man.
Can I ask
Stephen Edge even. Look at you guys. You got a ball.
After Summons.
Yeah.
After Summons.
Look at the people in front of him. I don't know why he's even nominated.
Honestly, I don't know why.
There's another one for
you know why? Because he's been chosen by men, and we really just... Whatever's in the front of our mind. I mean, that's all we can really think about.
It's a disgrace.
That's
why the AFL...
We can't go back 10 years, 20 years to start thinking about what happened back then.
Something's got to give, mate.
Andrew Johns ridiculed the game. He ridiculed the people who covered for his test... Let me tell you something.
Testicles?
Testing procedures of the drug testers in the game.
Close.
He played a game of rugby league.
We're not here talking about Andrew Johns, man.
We're talking about immortals. And Andrew Johns is up for nomination.
I think the whole reason why we're talking about immortals is because of Andrew Johns.
It's a very sensitive case.
It could be as sensitive as like opinions are like, you know what, and everybody has one. So here's the thing. Andrew Johns played against Canberra on a Monday night, full game, they got smashed. Wednesday, there was a camera at Newcastle training. Somebody catches a bump into Andrew's back. Oh, my neck. I have to retire. Please. Read between the lines.
I don't see many cameras at training sessions.
On a Wednesday in Newcastle. So, Andrew Johns, after coming out and admitting what he did in England and everything, came back. 2-3 weeks, he's coaching, kicking at every club. He's on the Sunday Footy Show. He's on the radio. He's on Channel 9. He's doing commentary. It's like...
Good luck to him, man.
Absolutely. But it was also another carpet for him.
They looked after him, mate.
Why? Because he was a good player on the field. That's the message. That's what the message that you want to send to the kids. Now, you can play
whatever you want to do as long as you're a good player.
As long as you're a good player on the field. Doesn't matter what you do.
He's got an opportunity to give back to the game now and work with the kids.
But being an immortal off the field should go a long way into what you are as a complete package for the game.
Fair enough. But at the moment, the criteria for being an immortal is what you've done for the game on the field.
And look, and I agree, but that's why I consider Andrew Johns not necessarily being the next immortal.
Nowhere near it. In 20 years' time, maybe.
I can't believe I'm going to say this now, but you also got to look at the flip side of the coin in defence of Andrew Johns. Some of the guys that were immortals. You got listen. You've got to be bipartisan in this. You know what that means, bipartisan?
Is it like an icon to
a kid?
Sorry.
Bipartisan is you've got to have you've got to be to both sides of the story. With social media and the media the way it is today, I'm sure Arthur Beetson and the other models got away with blue murder because there was nobody around in their day.
Arthur Beetson was a saint. Like far out, man. Like seriously, how do we know what they got up to?
It's a very good point.
Were you there? Were you around?
But let me tell you something.
Oh, they didn't have that back in their days, did they?
They used to have KB and DA.
Come on, man.
KB and DA was as hard as they were.
At half time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well.
Anyway, look, I think we've spoken enough. Thanks very much for joining us again. Tune in this time next week and we'll be talking about something completely different.
Alright. Go to the Heels.